Questions remain over Iran's nuclear program after UN atomic officials said Tehran has failed to cooperate with them. The international community is suspecting that Tehran is building a nuclear bomb, but Iran insists it's only seeking peaceful atomic energy. The US and its allies have been imposing tough economic sanctions, while Israel's even threatened military action against Iran's nuclear sites. But it's being reported that America's intelligence community now has got doubts about the nuclear allegations. Let's try and get some more thoughts on all this and talk to Middle East consultant Peter Eyre, who joins us on the line from Birmingham in England. Peter, very good evening from Moscow. The UN Nuclear Agency says Iran stepped up uranium enrichment. Now, how does that sit with that other leaked report we've been hearing in the Los Angeles Times, where intelligence agencies say they don't think a bomb is being built?
I personally don't think there is any intention by Iran to go down that particular road. What you have to understand is this standoff with Syria, Iran and all the rest of the Middle Eastern concerns is basically a geopolitical plan for regime change. We saw it in Libya, we're now seeing it in Syria, and the same exercise in Iran. There is clearly a Zionist overtone, an Israeli overtone on the way politics is run in the West, because they dictate the ground rules, they provide the finances, and so the politicians do what they ask for. The other issue here is that there's definitely a Muslim standoff between Shiite and Sunni. And Sunni, of course, Saudi and all the other countries are definitely against the Shiite. We see this in Bahrain, where the majority of the population is Shiite, but they have no voice at all in politics. They talk about democracy in Egypt, but we still don't have democracy in Egypt, because Israel and the US and the UK are to make sure that there is a sort of a Western-friendly government in power. And so the military still control Egypt. That is not democracy. There's no democracy in Bahrain. Syria is a duplication of Libya. There's no question about that. It is a forced regime change and nothing else. But carry on, sorry.
Let's focus back in on Iran. Up until last August, at least, I spoke to President Ahmadinejad then personally. We did an interview with him, and he said that, as far as he was concerned, he was happy that atomic officials were being given the access they needed. That was his side of it. That's what he told us. Now, UN atomic officials saying Iran is refusing to cooperate with them during the last two visits in recent months, so therefore they can't provide assurances that there are no nuclear weapons there. Do you think Iran could be doing a better PR job, if you like? Do you think it should be more transparent, i.e. it's not helping its cause here?
I don't think it's necessary for a country to be so cooperative to the powers that be that are against them. I would ask the question, would Israel subject itself to the same interrogation? We already know the answer to that. So what is the difference between the status of Israel compared to the status of Iran? As far as I'm concerned, nuclear weapons are deterrents. They've never been used. I don't think there is a threat by them. The NPT is a complete waste of time. America violate it, the UK violate it, Israel definitely violates it. Why all the pressure on Iran? They tried to do this in Pakistan when they went nuclear. They tried to do the same in India. To me, Iran should be capable of doing what it wants to do itself and for its own defense. It is a deterrent. There is no risk whatsoever from Iran or from the Islamic movement.
I hear what you say, but also I guess the US and the EU, they've already been slapping sanctions on Iran's economy over its nuclear program. Do you think now we're going to see more after this IAEA statement?
Yeah, yes, I'm sure. And I think the biggest issue, what I see coming out of this, as we've seen so many times, we're going to see a significant incident take place, which we all know is referred to as a false flag. And this incident will be the justification to presumably take up arms against Iran. What I do want to emphasize is that there is talk that Israel could carry out the first strike. Militarily speaking, and having worked in NATO, in the intelligence and etc., I can assure you that Israel does not have the capability to carry out such a strike, and it certainly doesn't have the weapons or the aircraft to carry the weapons to do the job. So if Israel does attack, it will be a joint venture with America, with the UK and with France. Exactly the same scenario as we've seen in Libya.
Peter, very good to get your informed opinion tonight. Peter Eyre, Middle East consultant, on the line live from Birmingham here on RT. It's appreciated.
Thank you. Good night.